In-person sports betting went live over the weekend across the state of Louisiana. It was something that honestly had been anticipated for a very long time. And while it's a massive step, there are still more to come, still more steps to come in getting this totally statewide. For that, we turn to Ronnie Johns, the chairman of the Louisiana Gaming Control Board, former senator in the state of Louisiana as well. Sir, thank you for your time. How are you?
Thank you, Mario. Thanks for having me on this afternoon. And it's really an exciting time for sports betting, and we're off to a great start.
So, as mentioned, 4 casinos received license and began offering sports betting this weekend. Jerez in New Orleans, the Horseshoe Bossier City, LaBerge Casino in Baton Rouge, Boomtown Casino Hotel as well. Ronnie, if you could take us kind of a recap of how we got to this point and just how significant of a step last weekend was.
Well, we, as you know, the legislature actually approved the enabling legislation this past spring, set the tax rate, set the parameters of who would have the licenses, and on and on and on. So after the session was over and the governor had signed the bill, state police, along with the Gaming Control Board, and I actually took over as chairman of the Gaming Control Board in early July. We started moving forward with a process of licensing the 16 different casinos around the state and the 4 racetracks. Those are the ones that are eligible through the legislation for a sports betting license. So, a lot of people think we can just flip a switch and start sports betting, but it's a lot more complicated than that. It's got to be compliant. It's got to adhere to the standards of state police. We've got to make sure that we dot our I's and cross our T's and do this the right way as we move forward. So that brought us to last weekend. I, as the chairman, I had the authority to sign 4 licenses. I did that and made them effective Sunday morning because of the New Orleans Saints game. Tampa Bay coming to New Orleans, Tom Brady coming in. We thought it was the ideal day to roll out sports betting, and it was just a really great day. No glitches whatsoever. Harris in New Orleans did over 2,000 transactions that one day. Horseshoe and Shreveport went live on Sunday. They had a great day up there also. And then on Monday, LaBerge and the Boomtown both went live, and I understand that their activity has been really, really good, and they're pleased with their rollout. So that leaves us with, we actually have 13 applications that are in right now. So that leaves us with 9 pending applications, and I'm hoping to be able next week to announce another batch of properties around the state that have finished their compliance work, and we're going to be able to roll out more licenses across the state.
Ronnie Johns is our guest here on the early line, the chairman of the Louisiana Gaming Control Board. And you answered a lot there, Ronnie. Appreciate you very much. That was very transparent. Yeah. But obviously a big question on a lot of people's minds is the future of online sports betting. Football season is already well underway, but hopefully sometime in the new year, I would assume. When do you think online sports betting will launch?
Our goal is to launch online sports betting by the first of the year. It's a lot more complicated than the process of on-property licensing. You've got to deal with the vendors that are going to be doing this. The people like FanDuel and DraftKings. Caesars has their own application. So we've got to go through a licensing process with those. But the other significant thing we've got to deal with is what's called the geofencing. As you realize, we had 9 parishes that voted no on sports betting. So the technology is out there where those 9 parishes are going to be completely shut out from being able to do mobile sports betting. Now, those are very small rural parishes up in North Louisiana. It's not going to affect anybody down in our area of Louisiana. But nonetheless, we have to make absolutely sure that geofencing is accurate, that is working correctly. But anyway, the bottom line, guys, I know everybody is really clamoring hard for online. We're really hoping by the first of the year to go online.
Now, I do have a question kind of about that process or that rollout. So you mentioned the first of the year. Now, again, you also mentioned FanDuel, DraftKings, Caesars, Barstool. There's a number of different online gaming platforms and apps as well. Would we see a similar rollout to how the casinos are going, or would it be the hope to have, even possible, all of those live on the first of the year?
Well, I'm hoping to have all of them live by the first of the year. That's our goal. A lot of it depends on the companies themselves, the quality of the application that they put in, the accuracy of it. State Police does an incredibly thorough job of background checks, of compliance to make sure that all of the protocols are working properly. So, as the properties that are involved in this, they submit accurate information to us, we're going to be able to roll those out a lot quicker. And so they know that. They want it as bad as everybody else wants it. And I'm really hoping that we can do it in one clean swoop. That's our goal. Whether that happens or not, I just don't know that answer yet. I wish I had a crystal ball in front of me. But we know that that's where the real interest in sports betting is. It's on the mobile side.
And then I'm kind of similar with the 9 pending casinos that you have left right now. Would that be kind of a similar rollout to we saw this past weekend where it's 4, or is there a realistic option to roll out all 9?
No, I don't think you'll see all 9 roll out in the next week or so. Some of the properties just actually submitted their applications just 2 or 3 weeks ago. So some of them submitted it the very first day that they were able to do it. So anyway, we're going to roll out some more as they become eligible for me to sign the licenses, and but I'm hoping by the first of the year we'll have everybody online, not only online but all the properties eligible, at least eligible for sports bet at that point. So we're working. State Police has done an incredible job on this. They're working overtime. One thing that set us back was Hurricane Ida. Ida set us back 2.5 weeks because the entire gaming division at State Police got deployed for hurricane recovery, and so we lost about 2.5 weeks of licensing work. But they're back at it full time. They're working weekends. They're working overtime trying to get this done.
Ronnie, I guess the one question I do have before we go, still some work to be done, as you said. A lot of work needs to be done before the mobile launches. But how gratified are you, or how happy are you about the progress that has been made, and ultimately all the good that this will bring to the state?
Look, I'm very pleased with it, and I will tell you, I was in the Senate when we passed the bill this year. I was in the Senate when we did the referendum in 2020. The actual goal, as I remember the testimony in the legislature, our goal was to have this up and running by January the 1st of 2022. So we're in reality, we're about 2 months ahead, and we don't have everybody licensed, but at least we've kicked it off, and it's been no glitches. It's run incredibly smooth. I'm just excited about it. It's going to put us at a even playing field with Mississippi, and one thing people don't realize, Mississippi's been doing sports book for a couple of years, but they have no online capability in Mississippi. It's strictly on property. So once we get online on, we're going to jump ahead of Mississippi. So I'm proud of the work, and it's going to bring some significant revenue into the state. And 25% of the revenue that comes in is going to early childhood education. It's statutorily dedicated to early childhood education. That's a good thing. So there's some good to come out of it.
Ronnie Johns, former senator in the state of Louisiana. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I just appreciate you having me on, and feel free to call anytime, and we'll be glad to give you updates. And just tell you, we're working really hard to get this thing finalized and moving as quickly as we can.
Absolutely. We will 100% do that. Thank you for your time today.
Yep. Absolutely.
Right.
Thanks for having me on. Take care.
All right. You do the same. That is Ronnie Johns, former senator in the state of Louisiana, now the chairman of the Louisiana Gaming Control Board. So 9 more casinos in the state applied for licenses. He said the next few weeks you'll see those start to roll out for in-person sports betting. The online sports betting launch, whether it be apps or just, online on a computer, hopefully by the first of the year, and hopes to have them all launch on that day, whether it be Caesars, Penn, DraftKings, FanDuel, you name it, all hopefully on that day, the first of the year in Louisiana. And says they're 2 months ahead of schedule, Mario.
That's encouraging, and I'm excited for that, Musso. But like I said on yesterday's show, man, it's significant to even have the in-person. Like the scene that he described Sunday morning, Bobby Hebert making the bets. And like he said, really good timing with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in town, but you can do the same thing at LaBerge. And still some work to be done, but like he said, some significant progress has been made. And at the end of the day, it's going to be a really good thing for our state, which I'm pumped up about.